This is CNN Breaking News.
We're following breaking news on what authorities are calling a chilling terrorism plot. A U.S. Army veteran in court tonight accused of planning a large-scale attack near Los Angeles this past weekend. A top prosecutor says the suspect was consumed with hate and bent on mass murder as he sought revenge for attacks against Muslims. Also breaking, Joe Biden holds his first rally since announcing his bid for the White House as President Trump is focusing in on his 2020 attacks on the former vice president. CNN has learned that Mr. Trump's advisors have warned him not to elevate Biden or other top Democratic candidates, but the president clearly isn't following that advice. I'll talk about the breaking news with Democratic Congressman John Garamendi. He's a member of the Armed Services Committee, and our correspondents and analysts are also standing by. First, let's go to CNN law enforcement analyst, former FBI supervisory agent Josh Campbell. He's joining us from Los Angeles right now. Josh, first of all, what are you learning about this alleged terror plot?
Hey, Wolf, chilling details we're learning from officials tonight regarding the arrest of a 26-year-old former Army infantryman, a resident here in the Los Angeles area, who what they described was in the process of attempting to place a bomb in a crowded area here in the Los Angeles area. This is a case that involved FBI undercover agents, informants, and the suspect himself attempting to gather ingredients for this device. Let's listen here to officials describe his role.
This is a case in which law enforcement was able to identify a man consumed with hate and bent on mass murder and stop him before he could carry out his attack. Nevertheless, the criminal case outlines a chilling terrorism plot that developed over the past 2 months and targeted innocent Americans. Mr. Domingo had requested the construction of improvised explosive devices, which he planned to use in the attack. He allegedly purchased several hundred 3-inch long nails to be used in IEDs as shrapnel, specifically because the nails were long enough to penetrate the human body and puncture internal organs.
This plot began, Wolf, just last month as the subject was on an online forum posting what law enforcement authorities have described as hatred and vitriol. He was talking about wanting to seek retribution for the New Zealand attack there at 2 mosques in Christchurch. He came on the radar of law enforcement, Wolf. They introduced an undercover that made contact with him. He also described wanting to create another Vegas-type attack here in the United States. Now, the plot had continued on where the suspect actually believed that he was working to gather an actual device that he was going to place near a rally. Once he and an undercover employee showed up in this location in Long Beach, California, and were prepared to place this device, Wolf, he was taken into custody by FBI agents.
I take it they were also very concerned that he was potentially going to target Jews out in the Los Angeles area. How was he radicalized?
Yeah, Wolf, that's part of the chilling details we're hearing from law enforcement. They're describing this radicalization phase was very quick from the time he became radicalized into the mobilization to violence, where he actually wanted to act and actually carry out this attack. As you mentioned, his targets included Jews, included churches, included police officers. Ultimately, he decided on this rally, a political rally there in Long Beach, where people would be gathered, a large number of people. One thing that also sets him apart, Wolf, we've seen these incidents in the past where you have someone who comes on the radar and we have inert devices from law enforcement. One thing that sets him apart is that he also had 3 rifles and talked about conducting shooting attacks. So this isn't just someone who was trying to get his hands on a device. He could have gone off at any moment with these firearms. He talked about conducting drive-by shootings and mass attacks. It's only due to the work of law enforcement this afternoon that he was taken off the deck on Friday afternoon and now sits in federal jail here in Los Angeles, Wolf.
Glad they got him. All right, Josh, thank you. We're going to have more on this story coming up.